is like 50 Keurigs.
Katie Keurigs. Hot, hot. Hot, 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 hot.
How about South Park staying hella relevant after 23 years?
Oh, man. Kudos.
I haven't watched South Park seriously in 8 years.
They still got it.
And they've managed to piss off Zhao Pai Chang or whatever the fuck that dude's name is. Jinping.
Kung Pao.
Liu Bei.
Yeah.
Is that from Dynasty Warriors?
Sure.
Fucking Dynasty
Is
Warriors.
it?
We grew up
God
on
damn
that
it.
shit. Did you know they had an NES game with all those characters in it? It was an RPG.
Destiny of an Emperor.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
And then I picked up Romance of the Three Kingdoms 2 because I never did find the first one, but it was an SNES game, and there weren't any instructions.
One of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah.
I have Romance 13.
Well, you know that. Well,
He's
Chris,
still mad about
how old
something that
are you?
happened. I'll be 39 here in a couple months.
39, and you're.
I'll be 40 in January.
So you guys are, I mean, around 5 years older than I am, and I still knew the Dynasty Warriors reference.
Oh, yeah. But Dynasty
So
Warriors
it's-
came way after.
But Dynasty
we knew-
Warriors, dude, there's like 50 of them now.
But it's not even that good of a game, and none of them. And I love those games, but none of them are very good.
Nope,
no, because
they're
they
just-
haven't put enough effort into it.
They're stupid.
They're just hack 'em ups. Like, they're not even like.
But I
beat
still
'em
knew
ups.
the
They're
reference,
just
though.
hack
I knew
'em
a
ups.
reference to an obscure character that you gave from Dynasty
So
Warriors.
you know who
Oh, no,
Lubu
he's the
is,
hero.
right?
Previously on a very special episode of Time Spent Poorly.
And back in 2001, those girls could not find clothes. And if they did, they got called muffin top.
Did Goodwill not exist?
Well, it wasn't cool to shop at Goodwill into the 2000s.
Okay.
It's actually very nice for kids now because now it's cool to go thrifting. I remember the first girl I dated who liked going thrifting. She was like, "Yeah, let's go to Goodwill. I want to find some clothes." And I was like, "I am not doing that."
I don't want hepatitis.
I grew up poor, so going there was not a fucking fun time for me. I'm like, "Hey, we should go to the food bank too while we're at it."
Hey, they have the best cheese.
Yeah. Let's go to CAP and see if they'll help me pay my electricity bill. Like, fucking, that doesn't sound fun.
That's a good first date.
I just the 2000s was the ugliest time for clothes. Girls would wear jeans that were too long, and then they were flip-flops, and the jeans would go like underneath the heel of their foot, and the bottom of their feet would just be soaked or awful from the weather.
I don't even know what young people are wearing today.
Well, I do, I'm telling you.
I know.
I see young people literally every day.
I bought one pair of like Nike like pants years ago. I still have them. They work great, but man, that's the one time I bought them because it's like fuck, they're expensive.
Yeah.
And I got them from an outlet store.
Did you feel more feminine when you bought them?
No, they're not.
Did they hug your balls nice and tight?
Did they keep you?
They're not tight pants, man. They're like
Did you talk?
Are they the swishy pants? Swishy, swishy, swishy.
no, they're nice. They got a soft feel to them.
I wear tights underneath my
They're like gym
my
pants,
my gym shorts.
basically.
My favorite thing is when I meet people like women who are like toxic masculinity, and I'm like, ugh, shut the fuck up. But then I have conversations like this where it's like a couple of Marys in their 40s who are like, did it make you feel feminine? And I'm like, you know what? Maybe toxic masculinity is a thing. Maybe they're right.
I put a tampon in. At
Maybe
least
they're
once
right.
a day.
Yeah, literally. It's cool. It's like hanging out with my dad. Except for I'm glad he's dead.
I always wondered how my last show was gonna go.
Fucking good riddance. Fuck off.
See you, buddy.
I'm fucking kidding.
Peace out, all.
God.
Welcome to the Time Spent Poorly program. That was a really long intro of something we already did. Thanks for dragging
We did
up
that. We
old
did that already.
Painful memories, Lord.
Did we do that?
For fuck's sake. I should just stop shouting because I'm redlining.
You
Hey, tonight, Derek is back.
Woo,
Derek is
back.
back.
He got his paper done in time.
I'm back.
Thank
Fences,
you, God.
fences
I'm
mended.
back.
He's back.
Oh,
Because we
Jesus
need
Christ.
some female perspective. It's just been too toxically masculine on this show.
I'm sure it has
With
been.
our awesome host Eduardo and a guest every week now, Puds.
It seems like it.
Last show, loved. Show before, loved.
I loved the show before the
The
last
show before
Dude, the last show was good
really
too, though.
It was.
Last show I definitely needed. It was a good show. It was gave me some lols.
Oh, the true lols.
Well,
Not quite Raffles, though.
you know, it gave me some smiles. Show before, though, seriously, you guys crushed it. It was seriously so good. Last show was good too, but I like the show before. A little
It was
more.
pretty standard.
What we tend toward apocalyptic scenarios, though. The last two have been really like they've just
I
drifted
feel
down
like every
into
time
Fallout
it's just
territory.
the three of us, you guys, you really start lamenting dying.
being
We pray
alive.
for it every night before bed. This is like the fourth time I've said it on the show.
Please,
every
God.
night before I go to bed.
Let me die.
Pandemic, meteorite. Just bring it on, God. Let
Give
us
me that
end
sweet
it.
solar
End it
tongue
all. And I'm totally accepting that I will be one of the people that dies in the apocalypse.
Fair enough.
Because I'm not 99 or the 1%er.
I've always just said that if it was going to be a meteor, I just want a good seat.
Yeah.
Like I don't like it's gonna be like a Terminator 2 situation where my face gets melted off. But at least if I watch the meteor penetrate, I'm like, oh dude, face melted off.
There's a chance if the super volcano goes off that we'll all end up in space if we're sitting right here. Like,
Wouldn't that be something?
I'm fine with
could
that.
you imagine if it hit that hard? Like,
As long as I could just watch some stuff before I die, I'm like, what the fuck? No.
At least
Dead.
Hollywood movie style effects. Landslide, the Rocky Mountains falling on us. A hot spray of lava.
I love it. Okay,
Bring
this
it.
is fun. No, I welcome it.
Meanwhile,
what?
John Cusack's rushing some female heroine to safety.
Do you guys remember in that movie when
That was the end of his career.
Yeah.
That was-
2012 was that?
Yeah.
that was the end of it?
well,
I
he's
would
been
say
in like
so. It's
15
pretty
movies.
close.
since
I mean, it was a nice little cherry, but
But he had Hot Tub Time Machine.
No, he put the cherry on top. It
Okay.
happened early.
yeah. Do you guys remember that? My favorite part of that movie, favorite part of 2012 is when they gave no storyline for us to hate the stepdad at all, like not even a little bit, and then that dude fucking dies.
But you just hate him because he is a stepdad. And everybody.
But
hates
that's it
stepdads.
though. That's it though.
You're not
and
my
then,
real
Oh,
and then
yeah,
at some
fuck
point in
that
the
guy.
movie, I guess they wanted the audience to be like, "Yay! I guess he's back with Amanda Peet again."
I forgot that that's who that.
Amanda Peet is so hot.
Wow, they
She
were.
is hot,
Whole
but
9 yards.
I haven't
Opens
seen
up the window and she's got her titties hanging out.
you know what
Yeah.
though,
It's like
Rick?
my
I want you to
favorite.
go back and watch the whole 9 yards. Look at Amanda Peet. Okay, obviously, good
Yeah.
stuff. Go watch her in 2012. Same person, hasn't aged a day.
Really? Is
She
a
looks
vampire like
so
Keanu Reeves?
good. Look her up now. She looks awesome.
Fucking immortals.
Does she really?
Yeah, she looks awesome.
Isn't
Amanda
Isn't she
Peet,
in
man.
that? Isn't she in that show with Hank Azaria, or was in that show with Hank Azaria?
Oh, I don't know that. She looks fantastic though. Has
Does
not aged a day.
She show her tits.
Not in 2012.
Okay.
And,
well, yeah,
um,
nobody shows her tits in 2012.
That would have made that movie
I think
okay.
Cusack does. Doesn't he?
Oh,
Didn't he have a
man.
shirtless scene?
No,
God, she's gorgeous.
she looks fantastic.
yeah,
doesn't
she does.
She's in one of my favorite movies, Saving Silverman.
Boy, those caterpillars. She's married to the fucking guy that wrote Game of Thrones?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benoff or whatever.
Beinhoff.
Oh,
Not
Benioff.
Vice.
You know, I've been watching. That is, she is so unattractive. Amanda Peet, get the fuck off my screen.
You've been tainted by
been-
that
been-
season 8 dong.
Watching Entourage, some of the shit they throw out is so cool. They're talking about getting a real Hollywood writer to write something for Johnny Drama, and he's like, "I've got David Benioff and stuff." It's like way before Game of Thrones.
That's hilarious.
It's really hilarious because he's mentioned on.
She's
HBO.
47.
Yeah.
Fuck, she looks
Dude, that guy
fantastic.
looks
He's only
like a
49.
fucking toilet brush. Fuck that guy. Fuck
Or
that guy
David
so hard.
Friedman.
Oh, he co-wrote X-Men Origins Wolverine. This makes so much sense now.
He wrote Troy? How did I not know
He's
that?
just fucking terrible.
He co-wrote X-Men Origins Wolverine, you guys. We should have never
his
thought that
only
that would be good.
contribution was Deadpool with his
25th
mouth
Hour
sewn
writer.
shut.
That's a good show.
Troy,
Oh
writer.
yeah, 25th Hour was good.
I didn't
He's
see
like a
Stan.
part-time writer. He only assisted in spell checking or something.
Gemini Man. Oh no.
Yeah, I
I'm
heard
not.
that was
I'm
good.
nervous about that movie.
Garbage.
Well, I'm not nervous. I just don't
I won't
really
see
give a
it.
shit.
No.
I
nobody
would
cares
be
about
willing
Will
to
Smith.
bet the money in my wallet that Gemini Man is not a good film.
What do you do when it's
Whoa.
always sunny?
He wrote Flowers for Charlie. That was a good episode.
And he was the board lifeguard.
That's why they did cameos in
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
Game of Thrones.
That's right.
Because
Mac took an arrow through the head.
and he was almost unrecognizable, but you could recognize him if you were watching for him.
Well, when they did
They
like
did?
that after the show,
Yeah.
they did a whole thing with the.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you
I
wouldn't
didn't
have
know
noticed.
they did that.
Mac was a pirate. He was one of the
Ironborn.
Ironborn. Yeah, Ironborn.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Ironborn.
I didn't know.
Was that the most recent season?
Yeah.
No.
Season before.
I think it was
Yeah,
7.
it was
I think it
7.
was late season 7.
Yeah.
Oh, I learned something new every day.
Did he eat
No,
it when?
it was season 8 because Theon was retaking his sister.
Yeah, he was saving Yara.
We already took her once before
Yeah,
He tried
when
to.
he diddled her on a horse.
he was such a dirty.
That's a
motherfucker.
gross episode.
Yeah, but Theon's a gross guy.
There's so many gross episodes.
What
Well,
a great actor, though. He
think
should have
he-
totally got an award for that. Yeah, look at Mac, dude.
That's awesome. I love this.
Yeah.
He's just the guard standing there, and then boom, he eats an arrow and he's done.
That's awesome.
Fat Mac.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flowers for Charlie
Is,
is,
it, is,
great.
is he the only one in it that makes an appearance, or do they all?
Of the crew, I think he's the only one.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
the gang, sorry.
You know, there's a person that gets mail on my route. His name is Dennis D. Reynolds. And it's not Dennis D. period. It's Dennis
D-E-E?
D-E-E Reynolds.
That's awesome.
So it's not really. It's somebody's just.
I think it's fucking fake
Aren't there several that
There are lots of
floating
fake.
around?
names.
Really?
I don't know how. I guess you can get mail delivered there. You can't sign up for credit if you don't have a social security number and shit like that. But really, and
Well, yeah, you could get junk mail. My kid gets mail already.
Oh yeah.
And he doesn't have a.
You need to open a credit card in your kid's name
Like a
because he's
license.
got a social security number. Run that motherfucker up and put him in the hole when he's right out of the house.
Yeah.
You're dragging us down, son.
This
You gotta
is-
go. You're dragging us down. Your credit is horrible.
This is what you
It's
got to
in this way.
repay me now. So
Wait, what happened? Oh,
You bought Papa some jet skis.
everything that you wanted, I just put it on your credit card. That's what you grew up having. Everything you wanted.
Oh, I love it. I love that.
And now you have $100,000 plus interest.
Crippling motherfucking
You
debt.
didn't even know to go to
good
school.
credit. Good credit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would have been.
It was good. It was. I mean, it started out that way.
It started out pretty good. I didn't make the payments though. It's about a $580.
I'll give you 5 cents a dog turd to pick him up. Keep that yard clean.
I love it.
The title of this episode:
make your minimum
Children
payment.
with credit cards.
Man, parenting made easy. You know, take out credit cards in their name.
Speaking of 5 cents, I made that mistake once with dandelion heads.
Oops.
Well, because
Yeah.
they bunch up. You look in the yard, you give that cursory overview in the yard, and it doesn't look like that much. But then, head by head, there's like
What'd you end up
multiple
paying, like
heads.
40?
It ended up being like $37
Jeez.
at a nickel a head. I took it
And
down
what
to a
did you do?
penny next time.
Nate, he probably went in the neighbor's yard too.
Well, no, I mean,
He's
would've
not
been
that
smart.
driven.
You
no,
restricted his area.
to our yards. It didn't do any good. We still have dandelions.
Your
Because
yards?
the shit blows in on the weed.
I know. Well, and the
Very
people
little
in this
is
area,
Front and back.
On its own, without birds or animals, dandelions just
Do you
come
not have
along.
any hair on your asshole? I've got yard front and back.
the people in this area,
I don't.
give a shit about their yards.
I have an apartment with a yard that I share. Sadly,
Yeah,
I know where you live.
I know.
you need to buy that house by me.
Is it still for sale?
I think so.
Wait,
Yeah.
this thing on the right-hand side, a girl frozen for 500 years has left what now? Can you scroll down
Scroll
on that?
down.
This is fucking
Has
wild.
left.
If I left her inheritance,
Archaeologists shocked by how she looked.
Oh, well.
I've seen that picture.
Archaeologists
before.
aren't
That's
very
clickbait.
That is cool.
Anything on the right
I
hand
think
side
everything
with
on that
pictures
side.
is
Jockstrap
clickbait.
King Tri-Blend Tea, a must.
That looks
for
like
any
Robert
Jags fan.
Downey Jr.
Well, it's for Gardner Minshew.
That guy. Can you imagine going into the NFL and being such a superstar?
Dude, he is laying so much pipe right now.
I believe it.
He has to be.
The mustache.
And the soul patch, apparently.
He was a WSU quarterback.
What's the guy's name?
His name's Gardner Minshew.
And he's
Really?
playing for the Jaguars now.
Did he
Played
make
for the
that up?
Jags.
No, it's
it's his real
actually
name.
I'm sorry.
And
Gardner
he
Minshew?
was pretty good
MIN.
at Wazoo.
Yeah, he was a pretty good quarterback at WSU. Now he plays for the Jags, and he had 2 really, really good games with the Jags.
And did the starting quarterback get injured, and that's how he
Yeah,
got in so
yeah.
fast?
So Nick Foles is hurt.
Yeah.
And
So
Gardner
he's the
Minshew's
next
starting.
Nick Foles.
Yeah.
That's a nice mustache.
He
It's
looks
a
good.
great
No,
fucking
yeah.
mustache.
So here's the funny part: the guy who plays for Jacksonville, he's a Jag. They had a bunch of stories about him when he lived in Pullman, and he's water trash, which is perfect if you live in Jacksonville, Florida. They love it. They love the stories.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's streaked, he drank 2 fists of Jack and did a bunch of shit and did all this stuff because he parties like he's from the Northwest.
Right.
But then he went to Jacksonville, and then all these stories came up about him in college, and they fucking love him
Yeah,
because
'cause
it's
it's the dirty
Jacksonville,
South.
Because it's
and
goddamn
they're
Florida.
water trash. And they love him, and that's hilarious to me. Well, yeah, we're tree trash.
Oh, is that how that works?
They're water trash.
And what is the Northeast? Mosquito trash?
They're just trash.
Just
Yeah.
trash.
They have they're the original. They're the baseline.
Oh, okay.
They're pilgrim trash.
They're the original.
And the Californicators, what are they?
They're the OT.
Sloughed off in.
I hope. I don't know what California is, but we just want them to drift off into the ocean.
Oh my
right?
god.
that'd be great.
Come on, San Andreas Fault. Do it. Do it. I dare you.
All I know is the San Andreas fault is not doing its job.
Fuck no, it's not.
I've never rooted against a population of people so hard, except for the Californians. But I
I
do.
generally root against people.
All populations.
Well, I root against. I root against all populations as well, but also before I died, I watched that state like slough off into the ocean. I'd be like, well,
Well,
They'd have to have
I'm
that
glad
on
I
the
lived up
webcam.
here.
yeah. I'd be like, well, Jesus said it was coming. That's what I would say, even though I don't believe it.
Thank
It
you,
came
Jesus.
all over your face. Sorry.
California's fine. I don't care. All people are garbage.
Fact.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I am totally racist against
Florida-
the human race.
I
Like,
Florida's water trash. We're, I guess, a mountain trash maybe. Forest
Hilly
trash.
confluence trash.
we
Oh,
are
okay.
kind of river trash down here.
Yeah,
There's a-
River
there's a
trash.
river.
Yeah.
But we don't even compare it to like real river trash. I'm talking
Or like those
India,
people in
Asia,
fucking
all that-
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Like,
But anyway, they love them in Jacksonville, and it's a fun story.
that's good.
It's fun that they. It's fun that I watched the show, The Good Place, and one of the characters in that show is absolutely in love with the Jags, and he always yells Bortles, Bortles. But now they don't have Bortles, and the show's going to be ending this season. But now they actually got basically that character to be the quarterback for that team. And now that show's ending. I was like, man, they could have had so much fodder for the show.
Oh yeah.
That dude's hilarious.
I know
too.
he's a great character, right?
So stupid.
Don't you
and
think
just-
that could have been cool though for one more season to have this character be like trash for the team? Like he gets to see himself basically be the quarterback for the team. Could have been one more season of like Jaguar jokes. Would
That'd
have
have
been
been
so
something.
cool.
We should write them and tell them you've got to
Send it in.
one
Do
more-
one more season.
Do
You
a
need to do
Minshew
this.
season.
And I hear Ted Danson's like on Tom Hanks'
He's-
level as far as being like one of those celebrities that's not a dirtbag.
Yeah, I hear he's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, for one thing, Ted Danson loves the stuff he's done. And so does Tom Hanks. They have that in common. They love the stuff they've done. So when fans come out and they go like, hey, Ted Danson, fucking cheers or whatever.
Like, goddamn right.
He's not like a dick
he just-
about it.
Yeah, he just goes, yeah, fucking, I'm, you know,
Sam Malone.
That guy that was
I'm
on
Sam,
Frasier a
I'm
couple
Sam
times.
Malone. Like he just plays it off. Like if you see Tom Hanks and you're like, fucking bachelor party. He's like, yep, I was in that film.
The Burbs,
It's
Joe
the-
versus Volcano.
Right, but-
Fucking
Fucking Dragnet.
But it's
yeah.
people who are like, it's people who hate what they've done, though. Those people are the pricks.
Did you see? I saw this the other day. Tom Hanks and the Fonz hate each other because
Do they?
Yeah,
No, we
Henry
talked about
Winkler.
this last
We
week.
talked about it last week.
That was last week.
Turner
I knew I heard
Hooch.
about it somewhere
Henry Winkler was the director.
On this show.
on this very show. I have
Henry Winkler was the director, and Tom Hanks just didn't like what was going on, so they shit canned Henry Winkler like that.
What did he direct?
Turner and Hooch.
Really?
for like
God, that
nine,
seems so
like
strange.
9 days.
Like-
That seems so weird because I've also heard that Henry Winkler is like one of the most lovable people in Hollywood. People love him,
Yeah.
and when
He's
fans
fantastic
see
in
him,
everything.
Likeable guys
when
might not
people
mesh.
see when people see Henry Winkler, people will go like, "Hey,
Jump the
And
shark,
he's- and he's like,
yeah!
"Yep, I was the fucking Fonz." Like he just accepts it, you know.
Well,
Again, he likes his role.
have you watched that show with he and
Barry.
that Better Late Than Never with William Shatner
No, but
No.
and Terry Bradshaw? It's a reality TV show, but
Oh.
they basically go and they
The Shack.
George Foreman's in it,
Really?
Terry Bradshaw. It's NBC and a comedian, and then although like
think I
these
saw a
4 old
commercial.
guys and like a comedian go to like China the first season. The second season they were
China.
a few different places, but
China.
it was it's funny
China.
because it's watching these old guys like
experience something.
yeah, and also they're pretty set in their ways. So
Do they get along, or is it like Real Housewives?
they get along because it's a TV show and it's constructed in that way, but it's fun to
Goldblum.
watch.
People like Goldblum too. Apparently, he's really
Yeah,
nice.
Goldblum, old Jeff,
Yeah, people like
The
that
Fly.
guy. I like it when you hear about a celebrity that people like, though. That's nice
Yeah.
because there's a
Most
lot
of
of
the time it just
celebrities that
seems like
people
they're
hate.
shit.
Like Amanda Peet, because she's married to David Benioff.
Do you like?
Did you see that Jeremy Renner
Maybe
was
hung
going
like
to
a
kill
dragon.
himself and his
Who
wife?
knows?
What?
Oh no.
No way.
Yeah, there was some news article about that. Let me see if I can find it.
Renner tried to kill himself.
No,
and his wife.
had talked about it.
Oh, do
In
you?
public.
Yeah,
Why?
or it's like in a
he's
court report or something.
Just too fucking famous.
Recently?
Like Mission Impossible and the Marvel franchise aren't enough.
I know.
He's the next Sammy J.
He's also in that one Bourne movie that wasn't good.
I didn't see that one.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Legacy?
that was
No one saw it.
Okay, so I don't need to.
That was a good movie. The
No,
Bourne
it
Legacy.
wasn't. No,
Oh, I liked it.
it's a bad movie.
This actor used drugs
You like
to
bad
threaten
movies.
Killer. Oh, that's dude. This is
Okay, so this is
Yeah.
some ex-wife lying about shit. I think that's what it is.
most likely.
I have no patience for that. Zero. Fucking no, thank you.
Just look at this website. It's barely put together.
You see him
It's
in
called
interviews.
Your
and he's
Tango, for
fucking
one thing.
cool.
Yeah, this is fucking bullshit. If
Did
this isn't on a
you-
reputable site, that shit.
I
didn't
heard
happen.
the next
I'd punch you in the
Doctor
face too,
Strange. I heard the next Doctor Strange is going to be a horror movie, a full-on
The
horror
multiverse
movie.
of madness.
Wouldn't it be fantastic?
I hope it
Marvel
is.
really needs.
It's on Uprocks.
Man, that'd be cool though, wouldn't it be?
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't it be cool if the next Doctor Strange was a horror movie?
I like
I'd
how
love
they're
it.
branching out because Captain America: Winter Soldier was totally a spy thriller,
Yeah, it was. That's a good movie.
and it was incredibly good.
They are they
they
are
did a horror-
wedged
real
in the middle
horror
of,
movie.
of a bitter custody battle. It said on Uprocks.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna say
She's
they're
gonna say
both saying
whatever,
shit about
yeah.
each other, and they have a megaphone that none of the rest of us can even touch,
Right.
even with social media. Fuck them.
It's just like it's white trash shit unfolding on a Hollywood scale.
yeah.
she was obsessed with his sex life and sharing nude photos of him with their lawyers and custody evaluators for no other purpose than to cause me extreme embarrassment. Yeah, that's a bunch of shit. We need to just close this and move on to the next thing.
Zoe Kravitz gets her claws in the new Catwoman.
Paul Dano's
Don't
gonna
care.
be the Riddler.
Is that who it's gonna be?
They just said today they
Did
were
they also
were
cast?
after Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill. They were looking for Jonah Hill, but he didn't sign
So
up.
are they not? They did not end up getting Jonah Hill.
No. And they were looking for Seth Rogen for something too.
I'm okay with that. I don't really like him.
Yeah, but Jonah
don't-
Hill, I thought when they talked about getting Jonah Hill, I thought instantly, well, the Penguin.
Well, they wanted Seth Rogen as the Penguin, and Jonah Hill as the Riddler. I know. That's why I was like, you're just bringing in too much. It's
But
gonna
I
be,
feel like Jonah Hill as the Penguin would work because he's done.
I believe it.
Jonah Hill has actually acted.
Yeah.
Right.
He was in Moneyball. He was in Wolf on Wall Street. Like, well, I know Jonah
Yeah,
Hill
but
can act.
he's like nothing
Because
compared
But
to
now
Paul
they
Seth
got
Dano.
Rogen's
Paul,
chops is
Paul
Dano.
Dano.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what I
Yeah,
mean. Like if they got Paul Dano as Riddler and like Jonah Hill as the Penguin, I'd be like, well, too many villains.
I
First
think they
off,
were looking. Oh,
Yeah.
no, because it's going to be a detective, like noir kind of thing.
Oh, that's how it should
so,
be!
Long Halloween is the story they're kind of going off.
that's
of.
awesome.
So Batman's
Christina Hendricks is
being
fucking single.
the,
Did you see
the
that?
Oh.
ultra detective, and he's just going to be conversing with these villains,
Fuck, man,
as
if he-
opposed to foiling their exploits. Is like, oh no, I didn't do whatever you say I did.
Man.
I'm really looking forward to it, except for Robert Pattinson, but
Yeah, he'll be
I
fine.
will reserve judgment.
Yeah, wait for it because Affleck was good.
But motherfucking Paul Dano as the Riddler,
I know, I love it.
that guy's gonna
Except
eat
for
it
the
up.
only thing I don't love about Paul Dano as a Riddler is that he's the Riddler, and the Riddler is a garbage villain.
No, he's not.
But
Riddler's amazing.
absolutely a garbage villain. We'll override that. Garbage villain. Dano deserves better than the Riddler.
I think he'll make the Riddler good.
He'll make
Now, are
the
you
Riddler
thinking-
watchable.
Are you thinking Jim Carrey?
I'm
Or are you
thinking
thinking,
all.
like-
I've read the comment. What's he good in?
He's awesome. When he went good and he was like a better detective than Batman, that was awesome. Awesome.
That's neat. He has way better villains than the Riddler.
He needs
Now I think Riddler's top tier as far as Batman villain go.
No, God, no. I go obviously Joker.
Well, yeah,
Gotta go
Joker's up there.
I go Penguin 2.
Have you seen the new one? Have you guys seen the new one yet? I haven't.
The new one.
The new
Joker? No, not yet.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
I'm going this weekend, I think. So I go Joker, then maybe Penguin. See, I've always been a Freeze guy. Not Arnold, obviously. Although I do love that movie because I love Arnold in it. But
I
that's not. That's not a good
fucking
portrayal.
is
That's not a
so
good
bad.
portrayal.
So crazy bad, it's good.
But he,
Ouch.
but Freeze is a great villain though. I mean, like like the whole storyline with.
Motivation. and
I mean,
everything.
the '90s cartoon did such a good job with Freeze, where
And
he's like,
everybody.
where he's
Did such a
actually
good
like,
job with everything.
yeah, where he's actually cold. Man, I love the way he delivers lines. It's so good. So I'd say Joker, Freeze, Penguin.
Not the Mad Hatter.
I'm not a Hatter guy.
Jarvis
not a Hatter.
Tetch.
He's got a great name.
Well, okay, so my 4 will be the hot take.
Oh,
I like Clayface.
Who doesn't?
can
Clayface
you
is
just laugh
so
when
good.
he says hot take? Can you pass that to me?
I like Clayface. I'm not a big Riddler guy.
Yeah. Some people aren't.
You know, I think Jim might have ruined it for me though.
Probably.
I think he might have. He
I
might
like
have
the
heard
guy
it
that-
so badly.
I like the guy that did him in Gotham.
Gotham is good.
The
He's
Gotham
good in
neighbor
Gotham.
was good. But yeah, Jim Carrey's was bad.
Oh,
Enough
he
that,
was
that
really
Tommy
fucking
Lee
good
Jones
in
was
Gotham.
rude to him like the whole time.
God,
He still talks about it.
and his Two-Face is bad.
Terrible. That movie was just not good.
They were
movie
just
sucks.
let's get all the faces we possibly
You know,
find. Let's
it's-
throw so much money at this movie that it can't help but suck.
It's interesting because Batman Forever is just bad. Batman and Robin is bad, but it's to the point of being good again because it's so bad. Like Arnie as Freeze is so funny. Chill. Do all of the puns. Chill. Tonight, hell, Freeze is over. Fucking what a garbage movie.
Uma
That's so
Thurman.
bad. Bane is so bad.
Yeah. Just terrible.
God, that movie sucks.
I didn't even realize Bane was in that one.
Oh, he
Yeah, it
is.
was just awful.
Wasn't he one of
Garbage.
What is he, a henchman for
He's a henchman for Ivy.
Ivy? Yeah, okay.
All he says is one word.
Yeah.
She puts a bomb up. He's like, bomb. Fucking garbage. Dumb movie.
And that dude died like 2 weeks later. Like they just wrapped filming and he had a blood clot from
Good for
steroid
him.
use.
Roided.
Jeep Swenson was his name.
We got some real facts on that.
Yeah.
You went down a rabbit hole somewhere.
Batman
I
Forever.
have been-
Batman Forever is so bad though. It's not even
It is.
good. It's not even so bad that it's good. In fact, I actually watched Batman Forever about a year ago.
Why would you?
I don't know how that even
that.
followed the two Tim Burton ones.
I don't either.
Because Batman and Returns were both phenomenal.
But I feel like Batman and Robin, they knew it was gonna be bad. Like
Yeah.
the Clooney one. Like they knew like, hey, Batman Forever was terrible. Let's just do whatever the fuck we want at this point.
Bat
yeah,
nipples.
and Batman Forever was not supposed to be terrible.
No,
Like,
it was
that was
Batman
an
Forever was
accident.
supposed to be a follow up. It's
And the
supposed to
other
be a
one,
good
like,
movie.
You could tell it was intentionally what it was.
Yeah.
I used to see you. Like, fuck you. Fuck you.
God damn it, that movie. Tonight, hell, Freeze, you're not gonna put me in the cooler. God damn it, that movie sucks.
But you think how good Nicholson's Joker was.
Yeah.
And Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman fucking knocked
man.
it out of the
Babe.
park. And
And
Danny
Danny
DeVito
DeVito
as
as
the
the
Penguin.
Penguin.
Yeah.
There is no one else who
Did
could
Burton
do
do
that.
both
show?
of those? Did
Oh, yeah.
Burton do one
Yep.
and two?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
Batman
should bring
Returns.
him back to do Penguin again. He's still alive and
man.
is fucking even better now than he was then.
Fuck yeah.
Could you
DeVito?
imagine?
DeVito
Yeah.
hasn't
Oh, he'd be
lost a
great.
step.
And if they did it with like the Arkham Asylum version where he's got like a broken bottle instead of a monocle or for a monocle.
I need a glass of cold ice water. God, that fucking movie's so good.
And Christopher Walken playing just a businessman who was against Bruce Wayne, not Batman. That was great.
And throws Michelle Pfeiffer off.
He does. I love when he
got
sees her come back. He's like, "Hey, you're back."
Yeah.
Movie
Well,
sucks. I love
didn't
it.
mean-
I love it.
It's good.
It's like, "Hey, you're back. I threw you from a window.
I
You should have
threw
been
you
dead."
from the window.
He gets the whisper. I threw you from a window. You should have been dead. Are you whispering? Yes. Okay. Well. Man, that movie's weird.
Yeah, and that was
But
like
fantastic.
peak
Good weird.
Christopher Walken.
I was like,
weird,
no, it's a
though.
good weird. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't too far after his appearance in James Bond where he was just fucking off.
Well, so I guess my whole point was I feel like not Rogan. I feel like Jonah Hill would have been a good Penguin because we've seen him in serious roles like a Wolf on Wall Street, Moneyball. Like I know he can do serious stuff. I feel like he would have been a great Penguin.
For sure. But that wasn't what they were recruiting him for.
I didn't know that, and that sucks. That's too bad.
Yeah.
Man, that's too bad.
I don't
because he
think they
would've
should
been good.
load him down with villains, though.
No,
That'd be a
no, no,
bad
no.
call.
Just one. Do one. We've
Well,
already
it's
seen
not-
what
it's
happens.
Not, they're not exactly villains. They're just characters.
Right.
It isn't the same. They're not in an antagonistic situation, and that's how I'm reading it.
And I've said for years, actually, like when I had the comic book store, I've wanted to see a Batman movie since I was born. I've wanted to see a Batman movie that has Bruce Wayne, Batman, narrating. Do you remember the movie Sin City?
Yeah.
Where they're narrating
I
the
watched
whole
it the
thing.
other night, yeah.
Man, I would love to see a Batman movie where it's like Detective Comics, where he's narrating the stuff that he does. Man, that'd be fucking
Because you
cool.
don't need him to
Same
talk.
dude.
He
what
just
Frank
shows
Miller
the fuck
did.
up.
Yep.
Batman The Dark Knight Returns.
Man, that'd be
that
so
whole
cool.
thing, he was like, he put the suit back on, and he's like, there's 5 different things I could do here. 3 of them will kill the guy, and 2 of them will
Well, even
leave
think
him in the
about-
hospital forever. And he's like, I decided to take the one that leaves him in the hospital
Man.
forever. And he like kicks through the dude's spine.
Even think about bad movies like The Punisher with Tom Jane in it.
It's
Yeah.
not
That's
all bad.
No,
It's
it's not that bad. And the parts that work for it though are the parts where he's narrating, where he's going to talk about what he's going to go do. Those are the parts for me where I'm like, this is like a comic book.
Yeah, the problem with that though was it was at the tail end of 90s action.
Sure.
Early 2000s. I mean, it was before they went
Yeah.
like, okay, we're going to send these guys to go train with people who actually do this shit so that they can at least look okay. So it's not like, oh, soldiers
We're
are
looking
leaving
at you,
the theater
Kristen
and being
Ritter,
like, this
and
is
Jessica
bullshit.
Jones.
Oh, God.
I have watched a terrible show, and I don't want you guys to judge me for it, but I want to use it as an example of what they could do for Batman. So bear with me here. There is a TV show out there. It's on USA Network, which I already know is not a good network.
Burn Notice.
There are some good shows on USA though.
Burn Notice. That's actually literally where I was going with that.
The way he narrates
The way-
everything.
the way he narrates all the stuff he's doing in the show. Can you imagine if Batman was made in that way, where he actually tells us what he's going to do? Because he's supposed to be the world's greatest detective. Could you imagine a movie that did Burn Notice and he explained to us what he was doing
and
as-
why he was doing it.
Man, that would be rad,
Like-
would it not?
Most
And he
people
just
don't
got
know
to
this,
watch
but
Batman be Batman. He never had to talk to anybody, but he was talking to us, the audience, about
Man.
what he's doing, why he's doing it, and he's just the
Man.
Dark Knight sweeping in, cleaning house.
call it like the Batman journals or
That,
something.
Yeah.
And
speaking of Bird Notice, that Donovan guy's a good.
He's a great
Actor.
actor.
he'd be a
So,
good Bat villain. He could play.
Would be, yeah.
He could play.
Do you-
Jeffrey
he'd be
Dahmer.
a good Hush.
So now that you've yes, he would. So now that you've watched Burn Notice, then now picture that. Do you think that would be a good Batman movie? Like, where we get to see Batman actually telling us what he's doing? Like when
be
you read a
fucking
Batman comic book, that's what you read. You
Yeah.
read him talking about what he's going to go do
Jeffrey
as
Donovan.
a detective. Man,
Look at him.
also he would
good-looking
Fucking
guy.
Hush.
He'd be a great Hush.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about
He
that
especially
before.
would be. He's 51 years old. He especially would have been a great Hush had they kept Ben Affleck for Batman.
Yeah. My
they're about
only
the same
problem
age.
with Robert Pattinson is his age. Like he's just
Yeah.
like he's what 3-4 years younger than me.
Right, which because I feel like him, like he's done, obviously he did Twilight, which is like the damning thing, but for me, like I feel like his acting chops, he'd probably be fine. My problem is that we just got to see Old Man Batman, and now I'm attached to it.
Yeah.
I mean, they just cast it. I don't watch the Arrow shows at all, but I know they're doing the multiverse right now in the Arrowverse.
Yeah, I've been
Crisis
seeing.
on Infinite Earths.
I've been
Right,
seeing
and
all
they
the.
have
and they
all
just
the
cast-
people that played everything.
So-
Don't they even have Dean Cain?
Yeah.
They
Well, he was
also-
in Supergirl anyway. He
Oh,
was her
okay.
adopted dad. He was playing a different character.
But they cast. I mean, they cast Brandon Routh though.
Yeah.
as Old Man
Kingdom Come
Superman.
And
Yeah.
Kingdom Come is amazing.
But here's the thing, though: is Superman Returns is not my least favorite Superman movie. That's
No.
actually a good movie.
I turned it on the other night. I fell
That's a
asleep
great
to it, but
movie.
it's. I mean, he does the best Christopher Reeve
I
impression.
love that he's gonna play Old Man Superman, but now that I've seen Old Man Batman, like that's what I loved about Affleck.
Yeah.
I love that he was Old Man Batman. I was really actually genuinely looking forward to those Batman movies he was going to do because he was going to do 3
Affleck
movies.
is a pussy bitch.
Rosenbaum turned that down.
What's that?
He turned down reprising Lex Luthor for that.
That's okay. Is Gene
Arrowverse.
Hackman coming back?
I think
When's
Could
the
you
last time you
imagine?
saw Gene Hackman?
I think he retired.
I don't know.
He
He did a series of things that weren't very good, and then decided that he was done.
I'll
Well,
tell you who's
Hackman
not coming
retired.
back for sure.
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Man, but he was a great Lex Luthor though.
He's
I won't
great at a lot
argue-
of things.
I won't argue with any of his catalog. Like he's
No,
just
Kevin Spacey's just a good actor.
He is.
It's too bad.
He's
he
a
likes-
shitty human being.
his
too bad.
portrayal in Glenn Ross was amazing, and
That's a good movie.
it is. It's one of my favorites because it's rare that you see something so perfectly adapted from the stage to the
Yeah.
screen, because a lot of plays just don't work. Like I don't think I've seen a good
I'll
Hamlet
give-
movie.
I'll give the new Batman a shot. I have a feeling that they'll screw it up because DC can't do movies anymore.
No, they can't.
No, they'll screw it up. I don't
No,
think
they
they
get
can
lucky
do it.
every once in a
If-
while.
if they
I hear
would just do
Joker
standalone
is
shit.
amazing.
Well, but I mean, this Joker's they're not doing anything else with it. It's
Yeah.
not. They're not going to work it into Batman at all. In fact, I've from friends I've heard they should not have called it a Joker at all because it's in Gotham and that's it.
Yeah, and
They don't do any Easter eggs for Batman. They don't do anything for that.
It's a Joaquin Phoenix movie though, and
Yeah.
he
No.
doesn't do things like that.
I feel like it'll be a good movie still.
Oh, totally.
I'm just saying if the people who are going into it thinking like, man, I'm watching a Joker movie, maybe this will be an origin a little tiny bit for Batman. I've heard no.
No, he's done after this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
that's
not-
it.
He's doing
It
it.
was a
It's a
one
one
and
and
done.
done.
Which is too bad.
But has he ever done a sequel?
Signs too. No.
Yeah.
Has he done this? No.
God, I remember the first time I watched Signs, I was all by myself in the living room in what's now Rick's house, and it was dark.
Has he?
And it was awesome.
I don't think so.
Like
I'm
the
thinking.
first time I watched Signs, it was really good.
I
But
still
it's
like
only
that
good
movie.
for one. It's only good for one watch.
One
Once
watch,
it's
yeah.
Given away,
No,
what
his
the
movies are
twist?
usually
What the
just one.
twist?
It's always
It is a good movie, but the twist, yeah, totally gives. I mean, it's not a 2-watch movie.
yeah.
It's like Avatar. It's like a 1-watch movie.
Bree
Boy.
wanted us to watch something, right?
Oh
Yeah.
We
Let's
should
let's
totally
do that
check
real
this
quick.
out.
Well, you guys were. This actually fits in well because you guys were talking about how the last couple episodes you guys went into apocalypse theme stuff. Bree really wants to watch the new American Horror Story Apocalypse.
I
That was
started
the
to.
last one. We haven't watched it.
I made it an episode and a half.
But
in,
this
and
is
I was
from
like, fuck
AHS
this.
Cult. I have no. She says not to fill you guys in at all. I have no idea what I could
Kai's
even.
Cheetos face.
She wants us to watch this with no context whatsoever.
The first 45 seconds.
Only the first 45 seconds, though. She said we can watch more, but it's really the first 45 seconds that we have to watch.
I'm gonna throw up in my mouth a little.
No.
Is that a blender
Yep.
with Cheetos?
I remember seeing this in the episode and just being like, why did I never think of this? I've done this with peanuts before and made peanut butter. I could make Cheeto butter. Princess Leia's daughter plays his sister in this season.
This is the Peters kid.
Yeah. Quicksilver?
Evan
Yeah.
Peters?
Yeah.
Evan
Evan
Peters,
Peters.
yeah.
I think this is his last season. I can't remember if he's in Apocalypse or not.
It's really good you didn't come, actually. Everyone's losing their shit. It's like we went to a wedding and it turned into a funeral.
Billy
Year of our
Lord?
lives to this.
Is that her?
Sounds kind
I
of
dropped out of Vassar.
Yeah, that's
We're 49,
that's
They
Leia's
said
Keep
daughter.
it
Florida
keep
when it
going,
should
keep
have
going. I
been
don't
in
know why she said
Wisconsin.
45.
Maybe it was
Keep
where he
going.
said it's going to be huge.
Okay, well, we've only got a minute left. Let's watch it and see Cheeto
Where will I
face.
get an abortion?
I know. Everyone's upset.
And what is wrong with CNN for not giving us a trigger warning before they announce the results?
A trigger warning?
I don't
Yeah.
know what's real anymore.
They make fun of both sides of the
Wow.
the
She
Clinton
was supposed to win.
Trump. I actually
Is
enjoyed
this really
this season.
happening?
Is it good?
Yeah, they called back to some
You're scare me
Manson
right now,
stuff
Hunter.
and
You cannot
and
self-harm.
a
again.
couple other
Don't
things.
go back down that road.
You cannot self-harm.
You're such an asshole. Did you come in here to rub it in?
The Cheetos in my
Get out.
face?
yeah, he's being Donald Trump.
Get out!
I'm gonna. Oh.
He's thinking it's zits.
He's
Yeah,
rubbing,
that's what I was gonna say. Is dude, Acme City.
he's
that's
rubbing
a
it in
bad
because his
idea.
sister really wanted Clinton to win.
Can you kill her now?
No,
You
she
promise?
lost the bet.
Oh, what does she have to do?
Blow him. Maybe you should watch those Pornhub videos.
I'm just so scared now.
Maybe if she wasn't so emo. I'm not into emo chicks.
Everyone is.
All right.
I mean, that's fun. So that's fun that they did some political stuff. Here's the thing about American Horror Story. I fucking hate every season of that show, and I hate it so much.
Murder
Yeah,
House was
I would-
great.
You better not harm yours. Don't do any more self harm.
That was
That show is
don't do
so on the
This
nose.
one's got the lesbian cup. I mean, this one goes all
it's
in.
so the whole show's so
And-
on the nose.
So
though.
this is I think what she's getting at.
It's huge. What does he say?
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be you.
huge.
Huge. The why.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, and then we stop at 41 seconds. Way to go,
I like
Bree.
Evan Peters a lot though.
Oh, yeah, he's
because
great.
of Quicksilver. Man, those scenes are the only scenes that work.
Yeah, I think he nails all of these. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
even
yeah.
the stuff I didn't like I didn't really dig Freak Show, and Michael Chiklis is in it, and I love Michael Chiklis, but I don't know, like
I like
Freak
Michael
Show was
Chiklis
just
like I like
silly.
my scrotum.
No,
He's
wait.
bald.
Joaquin Phoenix, born. Joaquin Raphael, bottom.
Phoenix Bottom.
Well, you know they were in a cult.
Yeah.
Him and his brother.
Damn.
River,
Yeah, they were in a cult growing up. Did you guys know that?
River, Rain, Liberty.
River Jude Bottom.
Knee bottom.
That's like,
They were in a cult.
if my name was Bottom, I would change it. I
Probably
would
not.
be the first.
You would rise from the ashes and be a phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would change my name because you can do that.
Didn't he like OD outside a club or something?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay.
Sadly.
Children of God.
Controversial Christian
New
religious movement.
Children of God. Yeah. Look up Children
Caracas, Venezuela. They always go.
of God. Click on Children of God.
South America.
That's a yeah.
The Family International
Uh-huh.
is a cult which was founded in Huntington Beach in 1968.
Originally in Teens for Christ. Later, notoriously the Children of God.
Cog.
The family. No, go down.
They
This
can't
is-
even keep
this
a
is This is a
name.
renowned. This is a renowned. There's a huge story that happened with this.
Did they
Yeah.
become Scientology?
It was like a commune though. The family. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
This is like the cult that
This was one of the
basically
child
kids
fucking
kids
ones.
got diddled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was fucked up. Yeah.
That's
And
still
I used to listen to a podcast called Cults that was on the Parcast
Yeah.
Network. And it seemed like 95% of cults were about some dude trying to get laid.
Absolutely.
Look at the Mormon religion. One guy
What about that
trying
one
to bone
Amanda
a
or Allison Mack joined?
Yep. Oh, speaking of that, there, Rick.
Oh, the
The
trafficking
Mormon
one?
religion.
Yeah.
Well, I recently listened to Last Podcast on the Left talk about Mormonism for 5 episodes.
Oh, wow.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, their content was good. That religion sucks.
They've
it's
really
bonkers.
tried to whitewash their past, but like when they were driven west for a reason. They were
Oh,
very
yeah.
insular. They murdered a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you came near their trading posts and you didn't know the secret handshake, you were just dead. It was and they would scalp people and blame it on Indians,
Oh, yeah.
like all of that shit.
Well, they also all wanted to fuck 12-year-olds.
Right.
That was the
Multiple-
biggest part of it. Is they
multiple
really
12-year-olds.
wanted to fuck 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
They wanted
And
to
Brigham
lay
Young.
claim to all of the young girls.
Oh yeah.
see, what I wonder is if it's all still that way, but they've got, because their communities are so insular, even now, and
Well, through revelation, no, it's not that way. They have a revelation every few years where they say, God wants us to not fuck 12-year-olds anymore, and then they change everything
And
based on
not ingest caffeine unless it's through Coca-Cola, which we own.
Or they go, we're not supposed to be racist anymore. That they do that through revelation.
Oh, okay.
But the whole religion's based on racism though.
The thing, and then say 5 Keurigs.
5 Keurigs. But they go, but the whole religion was based on racism. The whole religion originally was based on racism. Moroni, the angel, told Joseph Smith that Native Americans could be turned white once they
accepted Jesus.
Once they got back into the religion.
That's how that works.
Oh yeah,
right on.
Good religion, man. Joseph Smith was a stand-up guy.
I don't know that there are any good ones.
Well,
Muhammad was a stand-up guy.
Muhammad
also wanted to fuck underage girls, but they were 9.
Yes.
So after 2,000 years, or not even 2,000 years, we made some progress, like 3 years.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
That sort of talk will get you on the bomb list. I
I
think.
know.
Like, oh, we'll just deliver a package to that man. He said something bad about us fucking little boys.
He doesn't even have to deliver it though. Sad.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like I can't think of a religion that hasn't just fucked people over.
Well, I mean that's what it is. I mean the whole. They all have some form of manifest destiny, which is all completely based in fucking somebody over.
But religion was a really great thing when we were so
tribal.
Tribal, and people were different, and you were trying to unite certain groups of people to take over other people and convert other people. It really worked well. In the information age, religion is outmoded and it just needs to go.
Well, and a lot of it, well, like don't eat pork. That was because they didn't know how to properly cook it to not get that bacteria that fucked you up. So they're just like, you know what? We're
just don't eat it.
These fucking hoople heads. We're gonna tell them that God said no, just to help them out, and that's cool. Like maybe we wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for religion. But like we know how to cook pork now.
You're right.
God's like,
so evolved.
You can have bacon.
165 degrees.
I can eat bacon. It's all good.
We know how to cook it.
Yeah,
fantastically.
I know how to kill the brain parasite. Now I don't die while shitting myself and being paralyzed.
Man, that is a fate worse than death. I wouldn't even.
Well, I mean that's what cholera is.
Pandemic.
Cholera is you shitting yourself to death.
Yeah.
But you're not fucking paralyzed first.
Right. Did some guy in Spokane got that shit for the first time in America in a long time?
Cholera?
No. The pig parasite. I can't remember what it's called.
He didn't cook his chops long enough.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably what it amounted to. I mean, it's just like getting salmonella or E. coli. And it, trichinella.
Trichinella.
Trichinosis. Yeah. It kills...
the roundworm that fucks you in the butt.
Yeah.
No, really. You just...
nausea, heartburn, diarrhea, swelling around the eyes, abdominal cramps.
Upset stomach, diarrhea.
Drink some Get this man some Pepto-Bismol.
It's a viviparous sperm parasite.
It's a nematode.
Occurring in rodents, pigs, bears, hyenas, and humans, and is responsible for the disease trichinosis. It's sometimes referred to as the pork worm due to being typically encountered in undercooked pork products.
That's where you cook it till it's dry.
And that's why when you cook bear, you have to char it.
You know, that's why when I make bacon, I make it extra crispy. Not because of the how delicious it is that way, but because of the little worms in it. Also, it's delicious that way.
I like mine a little bit chewy.
Huh?
Yeah.
I like.
You like a little chewy?
There's a mid range where you can hit, and it's just.
Well, no, I go in between, chewy and crispy.
Pig is so close to human, you wouldn't even know.
Huh.
You know, in the military, when they're
I'm not eating dinner at your house.
Stuff,
Economy bacon at Winco is just people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Soylent Green is people.
Soylent Green.
No, like when they're training people in the military, they give them pigs, and then they mutilate the pigs, like throw a grenade at them and stuff, and then
you have to keep the pig alive.
You have to
for
keep the
4
pig
hours.
alive. Your goal is to keep the pig alive. The pig's gonna die because it
you have
has
to do
mortal
that?
wounds.
No,
but,
I wasn't a medic, and I wasn't in special forces either.
Because pigs are the most like people.
Keep the pig
They're
alive.
real fucking close. And pigs are really smart.
Yeah.
You know, they think pigs are all dirty and stuff. No, pigs.
Yeah,
if they're
I've
in a
heard that
pen,
before.
They shit in a corner. They don't shit everywhere.
Right.
They roll around in the mud because they're gonna get sunburned and they're not stupid.
Yeah.
And there's a wild one of the out there theories is that the reason that they told us not to eat pigs is because pigs are half human, half dog. You never heard that one?
Wild.
No.
You've never heard that
I
one?
don't
Oh
know
no,
about
those are the hardcore UFO people. They're like, oh yeah, they spliced our genes together with them, and that's how those came. And like we're just pigs and monkeys.
Pigs are really cute.
Pigs and monkeys. Like no.
Well, like the
We're
little
not.
potbelly pigs. Oh man, I'd love to have a pet potbelly pig.
And then when you got old,
heard.
you could eat 'em?
I've heard that.
If I didn't like
I've
it.
heard that pigs are
if I don't
great
eat the
pets
cat.
in general.
Look, it's big.
I've heard that even domestic like pigs that you eat are great pets.
Oh yeah, but they're just way too big.
right.
And they're ornery.
Yeah, they can be really mean.
Look at those eyelashes. Those are like human eyes right
No, they're
there.
cute kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll eat all 3
They're
of them.
tasty though.
They are super.
Oh,
big.
so tasty.
If you can
But-
move
but
it
I
a
have-
little
Tasty
closer to
people are.
human, they're orcs.
Yeah.
That's true. I have heard though, like genuinely.
That one
if-
will eat a
I'll
hobbit.
eat that pig any day.
That one will eat
without
5
hesitation.
hobbits before dinner.
think
I
they're just
have
cool.
heard those pigs are the ones that chase after Willow. The gray ones. Those are the ones that chase after
That
Willow.
looks like that rat from Princess Bride.
You ever look up a javelina?
Oh yeah.
What's that?
You ever
The
look up a javelina?
ROUSs.
Yeah.
Rats of unusual size.
Javii. Yeah, I don't know. It starts with a J, but
Isn't it adorable? And those are really human-like guys.
Oh yeah.
We were
That's
doing-
scary looking.
we were
I'm
doing
glad I
some
don't have a
training in
snout.
Arizona, and there's javelina down there, and they're just
Oh man, that's nuts.
terrifying.
Those are skinny. They need more meat on their bones so that I can eat it.
They always look like they're smiling. So happy.
That one looked like my daughter.
The one feeding the other ones.
No, before that.
Oh.
If you,
look
Rick,
at
That one
it.
looks like a
Rick,
Trixie
you
pig.
have a decent backyard. If you could have a pet pig, would you have it? Would you have a pet pig?
Yeah, but I can't in town
No.
because it's livestock and you can't have livestock.
Join
chickens
4-H.
between
Have a
your
kid, have a real kid, and then get him into 4-H. Then you can have a pig.
I don't want a real kid, and I don't want to be involved in
And 4-H is a lot of work.
Could you?
I hear.
If you could though, would you have a real pig though? Would you?
No, not a real one. Because I'd have to eat it at some point,
Look
and
at
I'd
that.
befriend it like that one. And then it'd just be...
Be like, hey, homie, gonna take your head off and
It'd
eat
be
you
like-
today.
He'd be. You can't give him a name.
I gotta
that's
work
the
my
problem.
way up. You gotta start with like rabbits or chickens, because rabbits are really tasty, and rabbit meat is really good because there's not very much fat.
Right.
But you still have to kill and
What
skin
am I looking-
and butcher the rabbit. And I haven't got to that point yet.
No,
Maybe
me
someday. When I have my compound, I'll get there.
With a
Go
J.
back.
Go to the top.
With a J. That's what you mean.
That's not javelina, that's javelina.
Yeah, like jalapeno.
These
Look at the
things
teeth
are
on that.
vicious looking.
Look at the
Yeah.
teeth on that motherfucker.
Those are the wild pigs that you can hunt from helicopters.
We were in.
That would be
How
a
do you
show.
kill innocent women and children? Easy. You just don't
Just
lead them
don't
as
lead 'em
much.
as much. Look at the teeth on
Seriously.
those.
Yeah, you knew where I was going with that.
We were.
They tear up the ground. They kill all the animals nearby. They are devastating to the ecosystem. And
That's
really,
why they're okay in the desert.
that is why AR-15s are illegal. Is to hunt
Are
that,
legal.
the itty bitty one. Yeah, that's a soft target.
So we're walking through, doing this
Put it on a stick, roast it
tracking
on fire.
training, and we hear something off in the
Slow
bushes.
roast it.
We're down in Arizona.
The meat will
I
fall
think
off
my
the
brother-in-law
bone.
was down there for some of his
And,
training because he was talking about the javelinas down there.
Yeah, and 3 of those little babies come out, 2 are probably a year old, and then you hear this fucking sound,
Mama.
and you're like, oh no, and it was the mother, and we've all got like dummy M16s because we were just they're not going to give you live ones to wander around out in the desert.
Because you might
And-
run into pigs.
Javelina.
And the other thing was the illegals. You'd come across their little camps and shit. You'd find one eaten up by a javelina. Terrifying. We didn't find any of those.
Scary.
Yeah.
We'll go back one on this one.
The Romney one?
No.
Come on, that'd be like eating Woo's pigs.
Romney
San
raises
Francisco.
troubling theory about Trump and Turkey. What Trump is doing is making sure that we can
This
continue
just
this
this is
endless
just about
fucking war.
Thanksgiving and whether he's going to pardon the turkey or not.
Oh, how about, did anybody see the cover of the most recent issue of
I heard
Time?
what you said.
No.
No.
They had pictures of 17-year-old kids in boot camp right now. These kids are being trained to go fight in a war that started before they were born.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it was some really
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
fuck with your head shit.
I'm going
It's
to
like,
encourage both my kids to avoid the fuck out of the military.
I wish we would just pull our troops out of everywhere. Except Germany.
Because
Why not
it's cool.
Germany?
Yeah, because Germany's fun.
No, because it's cool. Not because it has
And
to do with anything.
Europe is still all right, and we might make progress in Europe, but the Middle East, it's a fucking... this term's like 20 years old. It's a quagmire. It is a fucking quagmire.
I say stay in Germany just because it's fucking cool and they'll get some culture.
Well, and we gotta defend against the Ruskies and stuff like that, but... Let Russia have Syria. Who gives a fuck? You guys just laugh.
Probably the Kurds.
Well, the Kurds were born in the wrong place at the wrong time. Come on!
I like it. It's fun.
We're just making more fucking
I love
terrorists.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
The other night, I did not watch it, but I saw that there was still 15 people in the debate. Holy shit!
For the Dems?
It was 15? I thought it was 12.
Oh, it's a 12. Okay. I was on my TV. And
Either
I,
way, either
It's
way,
still
that's a
just
lot.
shy of the teens.
Okay, but here's the
There
thing.
are still definite front runners.
Here's the thing. I was like, dudes, it's a year away. You should be narrowed down to 3 right now. You need to give the number 1 a whole year
I don't think they're going to be.
to build momentum.
They
No,
aren't
because
gonna
you know why they're not going to beat them right now.
We
though?
won't know who
'Cause
number
there's
1 is till
12.
June or July.
Yeah.
They
And
won't know
they-
until
they
June or
don't-
July. That
And
was
they'll piss off the people like the
They
people
need
that
a
like
front
Tulsi
runner.
Gabbard. They'll cut her out because she's not viable. She's not extreme enough.
Who?
Tulsi Gabbard.
No, exactly. Who?
Yeah.
which one's that?
And she's the
Is she
only
one of the
them that's
12?
worth a fuck.
Is she one of the 12?
She's
yeah.
not the gemstone lady or whatever or the,
No, she's not
like
totally
the
whack.
voodoo witch lady.
No, she's more like a Kennedy Democrat.
They got a
than-
fucking freak show. I love it. None of those people are gonna win. Come on.
It's like
And
Vermin
what are we
Supreme.
left with?
They're
Fucking
just
Trump
running.
again.
They should have gotten The Rock, you guys.
Everyone,
I've been saying it.
everyone should have gotten the Rock.
The Rock and Tom Hanks.
They should have gotten The Rock, and they should have gotten him a year ago. Just give him money to run. He'll win. He's The Rock.
He would lose money by being president for 4 years.
I don't even care.
He makes so much
He
money
would
being
care,
in
so.
shitty movies.
He can
just
still be in the
he could-
movies.
He could get it and step down.
You can still
He can still be in the
still do it.
movies.
go ahead, be
Dude,
in
the fuck
Skyscraper.
Trump still fucking plays golf every day. Why can't The Rock be in movies
Why can't The
still?
Rock do
Show up to a shoot. Yeah.
Why can't The Rock
Could you imagine how locked down that set would have to be?
Oh Jesus.
You know what they'd have to do though? They'd have to do two jets because The Rock and then his fucking weight room.
His gym,
His weight room.
Air Force Deuce.
Air Force Deuce. He'd call it that too, and he'd put it on his Instagram.
Yeah, and he'd probably
Love
pay for it.
Man, I love it. I want him to run so bad. I'd love it. Look, man, all these
Guys
candidates,
like that don't run.
No,
They just
he'll
lift weights.
he'll run when he's old.
I'm
He
still holding
he
out.
wants to run. I think one day.
I'm still holding out hope
Oh,
that
no, I
a
meant run.
Republican will run against Trump.
He just
just
lives.
to fuck things
That would be
up.
fun.
I
But
really
who?
believe that. I don't know.
Krasinich, that guy was he? Dennis Krasinich.
Kucinich.
Is he a Republican?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
You know,
Oh, he
like
is.
we said
I thought
last
he was
week,
independent.
focus on local stuff where you can change.
Oh, I don't
things.
vote.
Get out there. Get out there
should vote.
locally.
Nah.
At least to a state
Oh,
level.
I vote local.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's what I meant to say, Rick. I don't vote presidential.
God, that guy looks like he fucks
Well,
children.
I was
though.
right. Seriously, since Bush and Obama, I have voted. I wrote in people for president.
But I vote local.
Was
stuff.
it me?
Oh, yeah.
Did you write in me? Oh, so I only got one vote.
I
He's not a
voted.
Republican.
I vote in local stuff. I'm sorry. What I meant to say is I don't vote. I just don't vote them.
Even in local stuff, if somebody's running unopposed, I write myself in. I got like 18 votes last time. We had a big ticket.
However, when the Rock does eventually run, I might be a very old man when it happens. I don't care. He'll be older. I'll still vote for the Rock.
Could you imagine him as a crazy old man like Ross Perot or
Man, that'd be
fucking,
cool.
What's that other guy? Ron Paul, RP.
Yeah.
I was a Ron Paul guy.
I was too.
I was
in
always a
2008?
Ron Paul guy.
I was a Ron Paul guy in 08. I was a delegate. I was a delegate for Ron Paul.
Nice. I don't know.
That's where I got disenfranchised in the elections.
I don't think anybody.
He just talked too much sense.
Yeah, it made too much sense. But even remember, it's interesting because back in those times, that you used to be able to take your candidate and go, oh, I agree with this and this and this. And then there's like 3 things where you're like, oh, definitely not that though. But that's okay. He'll be president. He doesn't get rule over the world. Like that's where checks and balances come in. Is I don't agree with these 3 things, so that's not going to be my thing.
Yeah.
So like with Ron Paul, one of his things was like going back to the gold standard. Well, I don't have any gold, so I'm not going to go back to the gold standard.
And
but
it
that
just doesn't make any sense now.
No,
and
but
it's too late for
but
that.
for me, when he was running, I was like, well, he wants to go back to the gold standard, but that's not my thing. But that's okay. He's just president, not the fucking rule of the world.
Yeah.
That's where checks and balances come in because there'd be a lot of people in the Senate and the House would be like, hey, Ron, that's a dumb thing.
Yeah, we're gonna vote that down.
But now people don't do the whole thing where they go like, well, I agree with this and this and this and this, but not this and this and this. The people who are for Trump now, or the people who are for Obama, or the people who are for Hillary were like, I agree with 100%
They're ride or die.
everything my candidate is running for.
That's called polarization.
That sucks. I hate that.
Yeah.
So if you're
It's
not
the
with
worst
me,
thing
you're
about politics
against
right now.
me.
Yeah, that's
If you're
too
not,
bad.
If you're not totally on board with the trans agenda and pedophiles being added to the alphabet soup and fucking every other goddamn thing, then you're totally you're a transphobe. Like, no, I'm not.
Right.
I don't care if somebody wants to chop their dick off. I just don't want to mess with that person. Like,
Right.
that's commitment that I don't understand. Like, I can't go that far.
Just because I tolerate it doesn't mean I have to accept it.
Yeah, tolerance and acceptance are 2 totally fucking different things. And the best way to get along in the world is just tolerate shit. You don't have to accept anything.
Right.
But to tolerate it, that's fine. And that's all you can ask from anybody, is to tolerate your bullshit. Because I have mountains of bullshit.
Sure.
I am a
Well,
bullshit-laden
you know what,
human
Chris,
being.
though? I tolerate your
Thank you.
mountain.
That's all I ask.
Mountains.
But
Plural.
you know what? I think every one of us
Sure.
has mountains of
Oh,
bullshit
absolutely,
that
yeah.
other people will
Garbage.
never understand. And
You shouldn't have to accept
sometimes
it.
you just have to step back and be like, you do you. It's your journey. Enjoy it.
Okay, so who's the front runners for the
I agree.
Democrats? I'm
Right
curious.
now, I'm pretty sure it's Warren.
Elizabeth Warren.
But
Is Biden still running?
I'm surprised they're running a woman again.
But Biden really is their best candidate because he's the closest to center out of all the crazy.
Well, he is though. He actually is the closest to center.
But
he's the
he's
most
just
moderate
more of
though.
the same.
Tulsi
I
Gabbard
know.
is.
Always more of
What's
the
that?
same.
Tulsi Gabbard is.
Who's Tulsi Gabbard?
She's on the left there, I think. Isn't that
No,
her?
that's Kamala Harris.
That's
Is it?
Kamala Harris.
Oh.
Or
Isn't Kamala
whatever.
Harris doesn't she have a garbage record as
Yeah,
a judge
she
though?
is garbage.
I don't know. Every woman looks the same to me.
They
I
did
just
a
know
funny
that
thing.
one's- That one's different because she's got a red jacket on.
No, she's different because she's got Native American heritage.
Shut
your fucking
up.
eyes, dude.
They did a funny thing on SNL the other night about Kamala Harris because she's always doing the whole like I was that little girl bullshit.
No,
Where
you weren't. No, you weren't. You
Dude,
were-
once
Bernie-
upon
I
a time
was
there was
the
a little
matchstick
girl, and
girl.
then she'd go, "I was that girl."
I don't know anything about Bernie Sanders and I don't care, but all I know is I hate his supporters.
Do you
yeah.
feel the burn?
I hate his supporters
Every
so
time
much.
I pee.
Yeah.
Bernie, bro. I fucking hate his supporters so much. Which is funny because I feel like
I don't like him because he's a fucking hypocrite.
sure.
Like,
He's
I
been
hate his
involved in politics since the fucking 60s.
I hate his supporters, but I feel like
This guy is too young.
You think a
and-
guy
have
with the
one-
his
name
name is Buddy.
Buttigieg? Buttigieg?
Oh no,
I have
he's too
one-
young and too queer.
I have one
that'll-
thing. So
that'll hurt
one
you.
thing with Sanders, I feel for his supporters because I do feel like a lot of his supporters were probably at one point Ron Paul people. What was that? Go back up.
Pete.
Plateaued.
Buttigieg. He has plateaued.
They've got a weird way of saying it. They should.
Plain spoken and steeped in the values of the Christian left. How can you be
There
left
is
and
no
Christian?
Christian left.
You can't.
Because murdering babies is very unchristian.
You cannot be a Christian and be for abortion. Like, you can't call yourself that. It's just hypocritical.
Where you can be a
But abortion should not be a political issue.
It should be.
Because it is a medical procedure that if you don't offer it to people, they're going to find somewhere else and they're going to end up fucking
They're going to
themselves
back
up.
alley it.
I feel like a lot of people who go to my church are probably still on the left, though.
Yeah.
You must go to a weird
But-
church. Do they roll around on the ground?
No, I go to a Catholic church.
Oh, there aren't too many left Catholic people.
Not a lot, but there's some.
It is very few.
Huh?
You go?
I can go sometimes.
Sometimes holidays.
I go to funerals. I think that's
I
the only time I go to
funerals
church.
now.
You do.
I went to some.
Go to church. I don't want.
I generally don't go to funerals.
I don't like Beto O'Rourke. I don't like Cory Booker.
Oh, Beto wants my guns, and you can't have my guns.
Amy
Beto.
Klobuchar.
I don't like her name.
Julian Castro. Nobody knows who
Tulsi's
Tom
not.
Steyer is.
Tulsi's 12.
Yeah, she's not gonna do it. But she's only 38, and Buttigieg is.
Marianne Williamson.
She's a
that's the one I was
Hindu.
thinking.
She has more gods on her side than any four of us.
And then start counting arms.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Steve Bollock. That wouldn't go over
It doesn't
well.
matter. You guys know what they did, right? You look.
They shot themselves in the foot, and they let
Lem-
Trump win.
Let me help. Let me help out. I'll help everybody out.
Is
Everybody
this your hot
listens.
take?
No, this is not a hot take. This is just the way it happens.
Political hot take.
Halfway through somebody's term, because a term is actually eight years. It's not 4, because that's bullshit. It's 8 years. Halfway through
Unless you're Jimmy
somebody's
Carter.
Or George Bush the
Senior.
first.
So that's 2 in while we've been alive. So halfway
We weren't
through,
alive for Carter.
Yeah, we were.
I was not alive for Carter.
Reagan
Reagan
got
didn't start till
elected.
81.
Reagan started in 81.
Oh,
You were.
barely.
I had
So-
a 21 days
I
or
was
so
for
with
Reagan.
Carter.
So halfway through somebody's 8-year term, they throw a bunch of fucking garbage out there. They do that actually every time, because generally whoever is in there, if you go by history, generally whoever is in there will get their second term.
Usually, yeah.
Usually, yes. The only reason why Bush Senior didn't is because of Ross Perot, or else
No.
he would have gotten it.
Bush Sr. didn't, because he didn't kowtow to Dick Cheney and all those people, and they let him lose, and then they brought his son in who would do what they said.
That's true, but also Ross Perot took a ton of that vote.
And he should never have been president.
Ross
I
Perot?
think
No.
Senior?
No, senior. I think if you've run the
Oh, no,
CIA,
sure, yeah.
if you've run the CIA, you should not be able to be president. There's too many skeletons.
So but the thing is that,
But skeletons nobody knows about.
but typically they'll throw a bunch of things. They'll just throw whatever they can at the net because they don't care. But what they do is they'll throw 15 people or 12 people at the net. Whatever one seems to stick,
Whichever
okay.
one's shit hangs on the wall
whichever
the
one,
longest.
yeah, they'll take that one and they'll go, oh, this is the one. So you watch this election. It won't be the main person that ends up running. It'll be somebody during the election who made a big impact. Then they'll take that one person and they'll go. And they'll take the one person and they'll go, that's the person we run the next time. So, for instance, Obama.
This is no way. There is no way they run politics like that, because they're running Bernie Sanders, who's like 81 years old and he just had a heart attack.
Like
And
4 stints.
Fuck!
He's still going.
And?
They are.
Where's
Bernie's
this going
actually
against what I'm saying?
a
the
political
shit at
machine
the
sent
wall.
back
Yeah.
from the future to
But
save
where's it
humanity.
going?
And
Where's
we're,
this going
we're
against what I'm
sleeping on
saying,
this.
though?
It's bullshit.
There is no way they're not trying to win.
I feel the burn now.
They're
They
not going to
aren't
try to
just
win.
He's a fucking Terminator.
They have.
He's not going to get the. Well, for one thing, Bernie's not going to get the nod. You know that, right?
No, but there's no reason to throw him at it either.
But they're not throwing him.
Could you
He's
imagine if
throwing
they ran
himself.
Clinton again?
The
Aren't they
Democrats
all
don't
throwing
want him.
themselves, though? They all want the
Yeah, but the
spotlight.
Democrats-
You've got these young guys like that
But who
fucking Booker guy.
Hillary could take losing
But the
twice to
Democrats
Trump.
haven't thrown money at any of those people yet.
It'd be magical.
The Democrats won't throw money at it until they select their one.
She'd Bud Dwyer.
That's
herself
the
on
one who
stage.
they'll go for. They're not throwing money at Bernie yet. That's why he won't get it. You know who it's going to be? It's going to be Elizabeth Warren.
Probably.
It's gonna
She won't win.
be Warren or it's gonna be Biden.
She won't
Somebody
win.
fucking vanilla who cannot win. But then
And Biden fucking touches children.
But watch the election though.
Why are we not talking about that?
Watch the election though. It'll be one of them or
Drunk Uncle
somebody
Joe.
who speaks to the DNC. It'll be somebody who speaks to the DNC who just fucking knocks it out of the park.
Like
that
Obama.
will be. There it is. It'll be that person who everybody goes, well, why isn't this fucking guy running for president?
That's an easy win, though.
But that's what they do. Every party does it.
I don't know why they put Trump up at all.
They only did because he won all that fucking primary shit, dude.
He's
They
so
wouldn't have done it. Nobody
seriously,
wanted
when it
him.
started, I thought it was a joke.
Bernie won all kinds
It
of primary
is a
shit
joke.
too, and they still pushed Clinton. And she's
Well, that was their mistake because
she's
Bernie
a fucking
might have-
lizard person.
Bernie might have beat Trump early in the last election, but they fucked him instead of going with what their base wanted.
Right.
And through Clinton,
Well-
no one's going to vote for Clinton because
Well-
she's more crooked than any Republican.
Hillary could have won. She could have won and won.
If she hadn't had a vagina.
No, calm down, you fucking Mary.
That's
Calm
what
down.
she says. That was
No,
her whole book.
No, that's not why. The reason why
I
she
lost
lost.
because I've got a vagina and people aren't
The
ready
reason
for
why
me.
she lost is she didn't choose Bernie as a running mate. Dude, politicians before, when they were losing, what they would do is they would go choose the next person in
I
line.
endorse that statement.
The
Yeah,
next
I
person in line, and they go, "You're my running mate."
But she
McCain was
said-
a mistake.
she said
or
it was
was
all
it-
sexist.
Dude, if McCain would have went with
no.
Romney,
No,
he
no.
might have won.
Yeah.
Kane is who I was saying.
But,
Yeah,
but
Herman.
it was
McCain, though.
Kane. No one knew.
No,
And no one
but
knows.
but
And now
no,
he's
but go
gone.
back though to if McCain would have chose Romney as a running mate,
Oh yeah,
he
Instead
might
of-
have won.
Instead of
but he
choosing
went
a
with
female,
he went with Palin though.
oh, what a bad idea! It's like I'm gonna play the V card.
But Reagan though, Reagan went with the guy that competed against him. He went with Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he went with the guy that competed against him, and then they're like, "We're united now." And everybody from the Republicans is like, "Well, it's my fucking
The
dude
party's
is the-"
united. Let's
Yup.
do it.
But they don't do that anymore, which is weird. If Hillary would have like went with, she didn't go with him. That's the thing.
No.
She did not want Bernie.
Who was her running mate?
Kane.
Kane.
Okay, yeah.
Tim
Like,
Kaine.
seriously,
If-
Cain and Abel type
if
shit.
she
Except
would've
it's spelled
went-
different.
Boy, if
Yeah.
she would have went with Bernie Sanders though, and those,
But
and-
Bernie wouldn't have done it.
no, well,
She
Bernie
might have
would
asked him, and he might have
not-
declined.
Yeah, Bernie would not have signed on to that corporate bullshit.
yeah,
Bernie wouldn't have. been
Yeah.
Clinton's
He
Probably
wouldn't have been able to
not.
push his agenda. I think he's probably more.
she would have won.
Well,
with
and
him,
he
though.
wouldn't have been able to survive being
Right.
vice
Well,
president.
Man, if all of
To
his,
being-
but if she would have had all of his supporters though, because they pissed those supporters off.
Oh yeah.
If she would have had all of his supporters though, going like, "All right, well, at least my guy will be near it,"
Yeah.
she would have won.
If she has enough
'Cause
vodka,
she lost by-
it'll be Bernie's time.
She lost by margins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very small.
If she would have had, if
lost
she
by
would have
those
had
Ross
him,
Perot margins.
And then we have that
Right.
Cheeto face motherfucker.
if she would have had him, if she
Killing
would have had
birds.
Bernie Sanders in there, probably
Fuck
would have
that
won.
guy.
I mean,
I just
Trump
don't
didn't
like
even,
any of them.
Trump didn't even go with his co-runners. Who
But-
the fuck's his dude?
Because none of
Pence.
them's Mike
Right.
Pence.
Pence.
But he was his pocket religious guy.
Right.
And
Right.
Yeah, but none of the
hates
people that
facts,
were
so-
with him in the primary had. I mean, they were attacking him.
Oh, they
and
hated
the
him.
things that
He
they were
had-
saying,
he was
there
dragging
was no
people
way he
behind
could have.
him. Like he had Chris Christie slobbing his knob
Oh,
and
yeah.
all sort. I mean, he had all sorts of people that were
Chris Christie.
But the
What a
people running
fucking
against
mess.
for that guy.
they were working on. They were working for Trump on like this
Jersey.
vague promise that they might be the Veep.
Like
Yeah.
anyone from New
Yeah.
Jersey is ever going to get anywhere near the White House.
God, I hope not. I do feel like they're just gonna throw whoever they can because they're not gonna win. They know it. They can't win it.
It'd be interesting to see if
I'm super conservative, but I
they put
would
somebody else
seriously,
up on the Republican
if
side.
there was someone acceptable, I would vote socialist.
Where they at?
I don't know.
Exactly. They're not going to give them to you because they're going to do it.
I voted Libertarian last time because I couldn't vote for either of those two fucking abortions.
Same here. I did too. What they're going to do this time? What?
Huh? Trump and Clinton? I couldn't have voted for either one of them. They're both like human abortions. They're
I thought
terrible.
Terrible
fucking people.
I missed what you said. I was just like, what? What I thought you said was I voted for Libertarian because I couldn't vote for anybody who was pro-abortion. I was like, that's like the Libertarian, like that's like a full-on libertarian thing.
No, that's not even a political.
It should not be.
Talk about that. Yeah, that's not anything to do. It's.
But anyway,
your body, your choice. I'm sorry.
I do feel like
I won't support your choice, but you can have it.
I'm not for it, but you can have it. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at too. But I do feel like you wait, man. That DNC, they're gonna have somebody speak at that DNC. That's gonna be the person they're gonna run. They're gonna just save their money. Actually, this happened. This happened in a movie.
So is Michelle Obama.
Do you think they could call her the first woman president?
Well, I read a headline a couple days ago that said if Michelle Obama jumped in the running right now, she would be number one.
I mean, notice I didn't.
All because she was married.
Notice
to Obama.
Fun fact.
Notice
she
that I didn't
stands when
hesitate.
she takes a number one.
Notice that I didn't go immediately against it though. Yeah. If she speaks at that DNC, does a good job. I really do think that whoever speaks at the DNC this year, they're
the next Obama.
They'll be the next person they really run with.
There is hope and change.
And because
I can't wait for hope and change after Trump.
And because how history goes, though, that's the thing. Is history tends to go back and forth. Mm-hmm. So whoever the next president is, it will be Trump. But after him, it will be a Democrat because it will just go the other way. It just tends to. People go 8 years and then they go, well, let's just fucking figure out who the next person is.
Let's go the other way because this isn't working.
It hasn't been like Republican then Republican for 16 years.
I'm only worried about who is president when they take my Netflix and my guns away.
Nobody looks in the mirror and says, this is my fault. This is the fault of the American voter. Because one, a good chunk of you fuckers don't even vote.
If it really is the American voter, it's all on machines now. I am a strong proponent of hand-counted ballots.
Well,
you don't push a button that, you voted for Trump and now you voted for Clinton.
Yeah, I mean, those machines are basically the same ones they use at casinos, right?
Yeah. And they're all rigged.
Let's gamble with the future of the country.
It's like bing, 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 three oranges. That's Trump. What the fuck?
I didn't vote for that.
My God, I lost $40.
Thank you for
3
voting.
green
Here's
leaves. I got Gary Johnson.
Here's your sticker.
That's too bad. Politics suck.
It does suck.
It's terrible. I don't even know how to fix it.
There is no fixing it.
We've gone so far into this two-party system, and the two parties are so minorly different.
We need a strong third party to mix things up.
I saw something somebody wrote today. It's a bunch of millionaires yelling at a bunch of other millionaires about it to see who hates millionaires the most.
No, seriously,
and that's
the
basically
early Democratic debates, they were fighting with each other who could give away more of my money to people that didn't earn it.
Right.
Yeah, I was telling somebody I work with about. They're like, well, how'd you feel about the last election? And I'm like, man, conflicted because I didn't want to vote for somebody who is a racist, garbage, misogynist, online TV personality. Or I didn't want to vote for somebody who was going to look in the camera after she got elected and then unzip her face and be like,
lizard people.
This is who I've been the whole time.
All right.
And been like, you're a lizard person. I knew it.
It's the only way you could have suicided so many people.
Or outro. That's it right there.
That was scary to me.
Yeah. She's a terrifying woman. She probably has teeth in her vagina.
Like the movie Teeth.
Vagina dentata.
Dentata, yeah.
You guys watched that movie too? Then I take
we
it.
watched that. That was a basement. We watched that on Basement Boys.
I've been making jokes about that since before she was
had a nightmare
anything
about that
but
before I
Bill
heard
Clinton's
anything
wife.
about it. In early high school, I had vagina teeth.
But on the real, though.
I didn't have sex till I was 21.
No. In fact, the first time I made that joke was when Clinton fucked Lewinsky. I was like, no wonder he was tagging interns. His wife has teeth in her vagina.
On the real though, right? She is a lizard woman though, right?
Absolutely.
Real.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Or she's a crab person.
I just want to see that scene from like Men in Black where she comes out and it's like that cockroach thing. I'm just like, oh my god, I can't live with
It's a
that.
little blonde head on his stick.
How could I
Dave.
vote for that? TSPN.fun? Is that where they go?
Yeah.
And these guys all have Twitter. I don't have Twitter because I'm not a twat.
Twittering twats.
Yeah, I got it in.
That's what
But
she said.
Read the Twitters.
Yeah. And somebody call in
Read 'em.
sometime. I really like how we adjusted the camera.
At
and
TSPN
Derek-
Media, at Derek on TSPN, at Huds Madruger. That's fun.
Magruder.
www.tspn.fun. I like that Derek's in the scene because when Jeff was here, we only had half Jeff.
Yeah, we got the camera set up just right this time.
Yeah, things are fixed now.
I'm back, baby. And Derek's
Thank
back.
fucking God.
Yeah, I'm
Everything's
back.
been smoothed over.
Well,
the
thanks for
Wildcat
having me
episode.
3 weeks in a row.
I'm moved all
thanks
the
for
way to
coming
the
on
edge
3 weeks
now.
in a row.
That's where I'm at now.
I've always been
Well,
on the
you
outside.
can't stay
Come
there
on.
because I already made that
Oh, okay.
placard. I'm not gonna make another one.
You're
gotta
gonna have to
flip it
fix
around.
it.
You
You're
gotta
gonna have
at
to
least
fix
Because
it.
it goes over there.
You're gonna have to fix it.
I know. God damn it.
I'm on this side now.
And I got to get one for Chris.
All
Thanks,
right,
everybody.
kids. It was a fantastic show.
Thanks for listening. We'll
Have
catch
a
you
good night,
next time.
everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.